Do you want to be able to extract tabular data from your PDF files? Take this PDF file as an example. Most PDF readers can copy the content, but the content is copied as a single column of text. Let's see how PdfToXls formats the content into tabular data. There are two pages of data we can extract from. We define the top and bottom points of the table. Next, we define the location of each column. So that's the first column, the second column, and the third column. In some cases, we need to define the non-mandatory columns, but not in this example, as every column in every row contains text. And our data is extracted. Done. Let's copy and paste it into Excel. All good. Let's move on to the next page. We select page 2 and the data is immediately extracted. Copy and paste into Excel again and we are done. Too easy, right? Let's work on another layout. This PDF file contains a table where every cell is filled. In most PDF readers, you can just copy and paste the content into Excel and that is enough. However, if the table contains blank cells like this, then it's not so easy. The content is still copied, but the blank cells are not accounted for. You will need to spend time adjusting the cells and rows to fix the data. Let's see how PdfToXls can make this process easier. As usual, we need to first define the top and bottom points of our table. Then we define the columns. The next step is critical. We need to tell PdfToXls which columns may contain empty cells. In this example, it's columns 1, 2, 5, 6, and 7. The data is extracted, but there is a note that columns 1 and 6 are not extracted correctly. This is because those two columns do not have anchor columns on either side of them. If we look at the extracted data, all the text in columns 1 and 6 are bunched up at the top. Since the data in columns 1 and 6 are actually headers for separate invoices, we can use the align right function to match the cells in those columns to the cells on the right. We just need to click on the first value we want to adjust and the values are automatically adjusted. Let's copy and paste the data into Excel. Looks good. Let's extract the data from the second page. Here, we need to adjust columns 1 and 6 again, so just a couple of clicks and we are done. Simple, right? There are other actions you can use to fix the data up, like merging a value with the row above and pushing cells upwards and downwards. All of these actions are there to help you fix up the data faster than you can in Excel. Everything you have seen up till now can be done using the free version. Yes, totally free. There is a paid version that saves you even more time. Let's look at this file. It's similar to the previous file except that the tables are now in sections separated by titles. So again, we define the top and bottom points. When defining the columns, the paid version allows you to recall the previous column's layout. We can use the previous layout because it's identical to the current file. The data is extracted, but is inaccurate because of the titles. The title text is included in each column because that's where they were displayed. The paid version allows you to reposition the table easily so that you only extract data from the area of interest. So just 3 clicks and you get the data from the first table. Another 3 clicks and you're done with the second table, and finally the third table. You can of course use the free version to extract the same 3 sets of data, but you will need to repeat the entire process of defining the table location and columns each time. PdfToXls won't always format your data correctly, as a lot depends on the layout. It should hopefully get 80 to 90% of the work done for you, or at least more than any other tool at the same price range.